everybody, and welcome to DryerDays Art Studio. This is Catherine. Thank you so much for being here today. Today I want to do a little video featuring 3 or 4 separate little molds that I've just gotten into the store. And I got these in a few weeks ago, but I really haven't posted about them. I've done a little bit with them over on Instagram, but I wanted to do a video where I bring them to you and show you how I use them and how beautiful they are. And you, of course, can get everything at DryerDaysArtStudio.com. So let's get into this very first mold here. This is my Lotus Leaf little mold that I just got in. It is beautiful. This would be beautiful as a small coaster or just even a little piece of decor on a table or something like that. But here I'm just cleaning it. I want to encourage you guys to always clean your molds right after you get them, because this will also help to make sure if you spot any imperfections or anything in the mold. And why I cleaned that gold off initially was I was using a gold marker and it wasn't sticking to the silicone exactly the way I would have liked. So now I'm going to take a really tiny brush and I'm going to use my liquid leaf to paint on the lines here. You can see me there with my phone recording. If you follow me on Instagram, I did a little video, a little reel of me doing this. I find this part so therapeutic. I really like doing this kind of detailing work. That's just me. It does take kind of a steady hand and some patience, but I really like it. I just put on a podcast or I put on some music and this is like my zoning out space and get to relax my mind, and it's just really therapeutic for me. So again, guys, all these molds are going to be at DryerDaysArtStudio.com, and some of the products I'm going to use later in the video are also available there. As always, I will link everything in the video's description. I'm sorry if my voice is still a little raspy. I'm still kind of getting over this cold that I had a couple weeks ago. It's just hanging on. But yeah, I mean, you can see already how beautiful that looks. A little satisfying time lapse for you here. All right, and I'm going to do the same thing around the outside edge here. You can see how deep that mold is. It's a really nice depth. This is a very sturdy mold. It demolds so cleanly. It's beautiful. So now I'm just doing a clear coat here. And I let that clear coat cure, and I sprinkled a little bit of Pan for Gold glitter on top of it as it was curing. So you can see a little sprinkling of glitter in there. I did that off camera. And so after that is cured about 24 hours, now I am doing another clear layer here, getting all the bubbles out. For all of these that you're going to see here today, I did use Total Boat's tabletop epoxy because these are going to be functional art pieces, and I like them to be more heat resistant, more scratch resistant. So I'm using a tabletop epoxy from Total Boat. Again, that's linked in the video description where you can find that. And then here I'm going to use a white paste. This is actually going to be coming to my store. It's not available yet, but I will link it in the description when it's ready. And I was actually testing it out. I have been testing pigments out for so long, and I finally found some that I am in love with. I was able to formulate them, work with a company to get these just the way I wanted. And you can see there how it's beautifully lacing up already just with some heat. So this would be an awesome white to use for an ocean pour. And again, this will be in my store soon. If you order a lot of stuff or you're familiar with shipping right now, some stuff is taking a very long time to arrive, and I am not a patient person. I've said that in my videos before. Patience is not a virtue of mine, unfortunately. So I'm trying really hard to wait on these pastes, but I will let you guys know as soon as they are in. All right, look at how beautifully this is demolding. So pretty. This would have been really pretty too with just like a red, like ruby slippers pigment in the background. You can see how beautiful the sides and edges are. It's just a really, really pretty mold. Up next, we have the 6 set of the phone grips. So I have a set of 6 in this mold, and then I have another one that's a set of 7. And there I'm just placing some of the white flowers in there that you can actually get in my store. I have packs of these dried, flattened flowers. I have several different sets of them in several different colors. And again, those will be linked in the description. The little honeycomb bronze shapes that I have there, I got those on Etsy. I can list for you where I got those as well. And just to make a note here, so the molds here of the phone grips, I carry those. I do not carry the backing of them that you need to attach them to your phone. I will show you those here in a second. When these are all done curing, I am going to show you how to affix them to the backing. So you will see that I just don't carry those. All I carry are the molds here. And we're just going to do a little bit of clear resin. I wanted the ones with the flowers to be clear and the one with the honeycomb to be clear. And here with the honeycomb, I'm adding just a little bit of my gold cuttings. That is a small texture stone, and I thought that would be really pretty along with the texture of the bronze honeycombs. Okay, so after adding a little clear pool of resin in this section here, I'm adding some of my copper rose leaf that is available at DryerDaysArtStudio.com, and just using an orange stick to gently place that in here where I want it. Moving on to this shape, I'm going to put in a little bit of antique lace. And this is the stunning Eartha glitter, which actually is going to be discontinued. So all that I have left in my store is it. I actually am going to throw the Eartha into the November art box, so keep an eye out for that. And here we are doing some coffee pigment. I wanted these to be beautiful earthy colors in this 6-pack, and then in the 7 set that you'll see here in a second for the phone grips, I'm going to do more of like blues and purples. Alright, and sprinkling some of that leftover antique lace that I really watered down. You can see it's pretty transparent almost in this little section right here over my copper rose leaf, and adding in a little bit of that Eartha as well. This dark brown here is actually going to be, again, one of the pastes that I'm getting into the store, so I will let you guys know when that is in. But with that, I'm going to mix, again, some of that antique lace in. I use antique lace in almost everything. It's one of my absolute favorite pigments. It's available in the store, of course. And then I'm drizzling on here some of the Twiggy glitter. I love the Twiggy glitter. It's almost kind of like a cool brown. It's definitely brown, but it has almost like flecks of silver in it. It's just really, really pretty. It's a really beautiful fine glitter. And then for this last phone grip shape here, I just wanted to do totally just the Eartha flakes that you can get at my store. And they are just, look at how that's blooming already. It's just beautiful. Okay, so here they are. I demolded them. There's that one where we used the coffee pigment, antique lace, and the Eartha glitter. This is those earthy flakes right here. Look at how gorgeous. It looks like it's on fire. It is absolutely beautiful. Here's the one where we used the copper rose leaf. So beautiful. And this is the one with that new pigment, the antique lace, and the Twiggy. Look at those beautiful cells that we made there. This is the one I did in the very beginning with the flower, and I did totally clear. And then here we have that honeycomb one. I love this one. I'm obsessed with honeycomb and hexagons right now, so I'm actually going to put this one on my phone, I think. Beautiful. Alright, so let's move on to the 7 shape one, and blue is my favorite color, so I was really excited to work on these in blue. You can see there I did some more little flowers. Again, these are available in my store. I will link them below. Just gently pressing them in with some clear resin here. And just like with that last mold you saw me do, this one here, the heart right in the center, I'm just going to use straight up magenta flakes with resin. Those magenta flakes are stunning. You can see me putting them in the cup right there. And this heart is actually one of my daughter's favorites, so she has taken the heart. I can't sell it or use it for myself. My daughter has taken ownership. Okay, for the geode shaped ones, I wanted to make them look sort of like geodes. So I took some sky blue and I put a little bit of the silver sparkle in with it to really make it more of a light blue. And around the edge here, I'm using the dark Ahoy glitter. And then in the middle, I'm going to use the ice blue biodegradable glitter. It's so pretty. And biodegradable, guys, just means that if it spills anywhere, or like if I have to dump it out in the trash or down the sink, it's safe for the environment. So it's not going to break down or do anything weird in your resin. I make sure that it is solvent resistant, all of my biodegradable glitter. It's just a little bit of a cleaner choice for the environment. And it is a little bit harder to come by, so that's why it is priced a little bit more in my store than your regular polyester glitters. And just filling the rest of the way here with some clear. Putting a little bit of the mermaid in the middle there. I'm kind of working my way around, taking each mold at a time here. Ooh, and then there's some of those fern flakes. And I actually put a little bit of Sherwood glitter in there and then filling out the rest with the mermaid again. And these are so tiny. You really, I mean, 3 colors like I put in that one is probably the most you're gonna do, really. I mean, they're just so tiny. You barely need any resin. I showed one of my friends that I was making these and she said, oh my gosh, are you gonna make those for Christmas? You know, because she just was already having visions of giving these for Christmas gifts. So, I mean, you know, I know we talk about crafting and being artistic, but it's like sometimes I'm having artist block, but I still want to create something. And these are the perfect little molds to get to just be creative, make something, get those juices flowing, and then you can turn around and sell them. Some more of that ice blue biodegradable glitter and that light blue that we made using the sky blue pigment and the silver sparkle. And again, some really dark blue. Now this is actually my darkest blue pigment paste. And filling out the rest of the mold there. The darkest blue pigment paste too, once I sell that out, guys, I'm not getting any more in. So I do have some left in the store. If you've been interested in getting some, definitely head over and get some now because I will not be restocking that item. All right, I started with a little bit of mermaid there, adding some blue love glitter, and the rest I'm just going to fill out with clear. You'll see me in the next shot showing you that one first. I think that's my favorite one of how this came out, using a little bit of the clear negative space mixed with the glitter and the pigment. It came out really, really pretty. So you'll see that here in a second. All right. So there's that one. I was just, look at how pretty. Oh gosh. And that blue love glitter is actually all biodegradable. I just think that came out stunningly beautiful. Here is that big heart that we did in the magenta flakes. Look at how it turned when we mixed it with resin and gave more of a blue, purple, teal, green look instead of a magenta. And there's the one where we use the ice blue biodegradable. This was the fern flakes mixed with the mermaid. Not as jazzed about that one, but still pretty and shows you the flakes and stuff. There's some more. I actually used blue love in that one. These are really nice depth and thickness too, you guys. So they're very durable. And here are these beautiful ones with the flowers. I just think they're so, so pretty. I love the clear. And just keep in mind when we do put the backings on these, obviously we're going to lose a lot of that clear see-through part, but I just think this is so stunningly beautiful to use the clear with the little flowers. All right, so again, I do not include these backings with the molds, so you have to get these yourself. You can get them in bulk like you see here on Amazon. I will list these exact ones that I purchased. They have a nice little peel thing. That is actually the side that's going to stick to your phone, and then it comes with these adhesive pads that you're going to use on the other side to affix now your beautiful little creations that you've made. So I would just kind of use that one because I was going to show you guys as an example. So I'm just sort of sticking it to my table, showing you here how to peel the one back off, peel it on here. And of course, when you go to buy these, there should be instructions and everything with whatever product you decide to go with, because there are a bunch of different kinds of these. I wanted to get the mix of the black and white. So now make sure you get it just where you want it. And I tend to hold it and press it hard for about 10 seconds. And these are sticking really well on these. I have to say they are very, very strong. And I'm just going to go through and do that with a couple of these. All right, everybody, and this is the last mold I want to show you that I just got into the store. This is the Hexagon mold. So this would make a really, really nice small tray or oversized coaster. And I'm going to do a really simple piece here. It's going to take me really, really quick. So I'm using a pure white pigment paste that, again, we don't have quite yet. It's coming, mixed with resin. We're going to get a really nice base into the mold here. We're going to make sure there's no bubbles, that I have all the resin really nice up into all the nooks and crannies, and I'm going to let it cure. I have it set here. This is actually a board for resin that I've already prepped and taped off the back, but I knew I was going to want to move this off my table and I needed to have it in something stationary. So, you know, repurpose your panels and stuff. You can use them for all kinds of things. So there we are, just popping bubbles, and we're going to let this sit and cure for about 24 hours. All right, now I'm going to take some of those honeycombs and place them around strategically where I want them. These were so cute. Again, I will include a link below where you can find them on Etsy, but I just loved creating with these. I made a couple other pieces with little honeycombs as well. And I knew I was going to add a little bit of glitter to this piece, but it just looked a little boring. It needed a little something. So I went and got one of my DryerDays stickers and stuck it right on there. Now this resin is pretty hard. It's not that sticky anymore. So those honeycombs, though, because they're kind of heavy, they are a metal, they stayed right in place really well. And so now here I'm just taking a teeny, teeny, teeny amount of my Pan for Gold. And actually, this was not even full-blown Pan for Gold because I have that sold out right now. This was a mix of my biodegradable chunky gold and biodegradable fine gold. And just used a tiny, tiny bit just to give us a little bit of sparkle mixed with clear resin. And I'm going to fill this mold out the rest of the way. And again, a beautiful demold here with this mold. I'm just going to take some sandpaper and gently sand the edges. Just a couple other things to remember. If you noticed in this video, I did not use a torch at all. All I used was my heat gun gently and some rubbing alcohol to spritz the surface to get any micro bubbles. I was using crystal clear resin. I use a vacuum chamber to suck out even any more bubbles, but you know, use a resin properly. Make sure you're in 75-degree temperature room or higher, that the resin is nice and warm, and that will help you cut down on bubbles. But just if you use a torch, I have just run into experience where the mold actually like melts into the resin, it cures to the resin, and then it tears your molds and it can ruin them. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you really like these brand new molds to my store, and I got to feature some products that maybe you haven't seen before and you wanted to check out. So please head over to DryerDays Art Studio for all the products, and also check out the video description for all links of everything used. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on pouring.